All right, so for those of you who are new on the call, my name is Rico Kilao. I'm part of the corporate team of Opulence Global here in the Philippines, and I am very privileged to host this call. And as you know, this call is very, very important because today we can gain valuable information on how we can improve our health, as well as learn more about how our products can be instrumental in achieving optimal health. And in this call, you can directly ask your questions and have them personally answered by our product experts who are on the call right now. So if you have any questions, you may type it in using our Q&A box, and we will ask them directly to them. So if you're ready, I'm ready, and I'm very much honored to introduce to you our panelists for this call. First, let me share with you, introduce to you our Senior Vice President and Chief Designer, Ms. Sanas Human. And you know, Sanas is an international business and marketing graduate, and she traveled to and studied in Japan to further develop her international education. And born into the family of entrepreneurs, all right. Born into the family of entrepreneurs, Sanas naturally graduated into the business world of fashion from the age of 19, and she entered her first MLM business way back in 2002 and quickly developed her business as a distributor. So over the years, she has been elevated in the corporate office and rose to become the Senior Executive Vice President of Opulence Global, and her success has been recognized in multiple publications that focus on successful women that have influenced the direct marketing space. She was tasked to successfully launch and execute new offices internationally, including our very beautiful office here in the Philippines. And her understanding of the needs of the distributor has allowed her to successfully mentor independent partners in more than 100 countries around the globe. And her unbridled enthusiasm, dedication, and support to her members have opened new doors for thousands of people seeking opportunities and improvements in their lifestyles. And her focus to create leading edge products is supported by world-class training and a progressive system of implementation developed to ensure everyone's success. And Sana's vision with Opulence Global is to create a company that excels in fashion, beauty, health, and personal care. A company that impacts the lives of people and brings new opportunity and hope for those who desire a more fulfilling life. So she's relentlessly working. She is relentlessly working to make our products truly the best of the best. Our mentor and our coach and our lifeline. It's an honor and privilege to introduce to you our Senior Vice President, Miss Sanas Human. Hello, Sanas. Good evening to you.
Hello, Rico. How are you?
I'm doing great, Sanas. Excited to be on this call.
I am super excited to be here. We just celebrated a very festive season in my culture. It's our Persian New Year. So a happy Nowruz to everyone. Nowruz basically means new day, new birth, new beginning. And it is definitely that, Rico, with the beginning of spring. And my goodness, we have spring here in Canada.
Wow, I can see the post of our partners there in Canada with that beautiful sunshine, beautiful spring, and I love that you're enjoying it. And Sanas, can I also introduce to you David, to the team? I mean,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
all right. So also I would like to acknowledge the presence of David, who's one of our actually he's from regulatory affairs, and I just want to share with you a little bit of David's background and experience on why he is someone we should also learn from. Mr. David O, as we call him, is in charge of our regulatory affairs in our head office in Canada, and he has extensive background in biology, chemistry, and physics, and his career led him into the operating room as he eventually specialized in laser applications in urology. He worked with leading urologists to improve men's health care. And not only that, he also has background in the field of oncology and provided new hope for patients with liver and kidney cancer and children with osteoid osteomas. We are extremely glad that he joined Opulence Global way back in 2017, recognizing the incredible value of Fairy Flawless as a world-class product that delivers on its promise of anti-aging. His enthusiasm continued with the Fountain of Life, that is the most powerful antioxidant from nature. And David is honored to be a part of this incredible journey as Opulence Global changes the lives of many, many people all around the world. So, welcome to the call, David. Good evening to you.
Hi Rico, how are you today? Hi Sanaz.
Hello, David. How are you?
I'm fine. Very good, thank you.
Awesome. First of all, I want to thank everyone for all of your Nowruz messages. I have
Hello,
been so
David.
busy. I haven't even had a chance to post anything yet. All right, David, you ready to rock and roll or what?
We're all good.
Wow,
I'm
wow.
ready to go.
Amazing. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very special treat for you. We've been talking a lot about doing a product showcase for all of you, teaching you how to be able to properly present, teaching you how to be able to build your business, teaching you how to be able to talk about each of the products. And David and I have been talking about really, you don't need to oversell a product. We've been, Rico talked to you a little bit about the product showcase. Some of you have been actually downloading the e-catalog, and some of the write-ups that some of you are writing or your teams are writing, we need to make sure that it's properly presented. So we're going to go through some of the product information with all of you tonight. Ivy, if you can go to slide 8, please, before. Ivy is going to co-host with me. For some reason, Rico, I cannot become presenter on my computer again. So we're going to get Ivy to assist me in my PowerPoint. If we can start with PowerPoint slide number 8 or 7, I guess what's new. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you through basically our e-catalogs. Most importantly, I want to train you how to do that. I'm going to do that with, of course, David O, who is, of course, your knowledge and your strength when it comes to the products. But here's a very cool part. Take a look on your screen and look at all the amazing things where you can find your e-catalogs. And so e-catalogs, tonight we're going to focus on the Safe Home Revolution, but the e-catalogs are very, very powerful in the sense that they tell you we have the Safe Home Revolution, we have the fairy timepieces, fairy monogram, posh natural gemstones, and under your business tools, you are able to see product tools, okay? So when you click on product tools, you are able to download them. You see those red little languages that it says languages? You actually can click on them in English, the Safe Home Revolution, and you can actually click on whichever one you want. They are fully updated when it comes to the newest designs, and you can enjoy them. All right. So this is a great way for you guys to be able to share and to build your business. But of course, if you can go to the next slide, please. We're going to talk mostly tonight on the Safe Home Revolution booklet. And this is your go-to guide for Opulence Global's personal care collection. It is super user-friendly. It is, of course, icon driven for quick and easy selling points. These are found, of course, in also promo back office where you can buy the actual catalog and distribute them. This is a very clean, condensed summary of each of your products. So tonight, we're going to talk to you a little bit about our life-changing products. Next slide, please. And what each of them do. So David, first thing I want to talk about, I think when it comes to being, introducing everyone to the Safe Home Revolution collection, I want you to talk to me a little bit about, the science behind it, because we wanted to provide our customers with really science-based products using medical grade ingredients, safe, but they were take-home products as opposed to going to the spa or going to, naturopaths or whoever. This was really giving them daily essentials, whether it's the FOL or the shampoo or conditioner or the microsilver technology. Talk to me a little bit about the Safe Home Revolution concept.
Well, the whole idea behind this was to take a look at some of the ingredients that are in many of our products and try and remove them and replace them with safer ingredients, but without uh, lowering the efficacy of the product. I think that's really important. There's a lot of products out there that are considered natural, they'll say they're natural and they're without certain things. If you take a look at a lot of natural toothpaste, they are without fluoride. Uh, the problem is that they don't work. You still get dental caries and dental cavities as a result. So as we moved our way through worked our way through the process, we tried to eliminate uh, certain ingredients that we knew that were problematic or potentially problematic, and we reformulated products to make them more efficacious. And so we managed to do that using state of the art type of ingredients like microsilver, the Pisces extract, and utilized a lot of other materials that will certainly address the issues that we're seeing, as problematic or potentially problematic. And this is a continuous improvement policy. We're continuing to look at this in case, things do change. Governments evaluate products and they'll from one day to the next and they'll bring up concerns. And as they bring up these concerns, we'll change it. But for now, I think we've got some pretty effective products out there that really make a difference in people's lives.
Fantastic. David, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
I'm having a little bit of issues with some stuff. And the other big thing as well I wanted to talk about tonight, David, is GMP. So some people misunderstood what a GMP is. Can you talk to me a little bit about our GMP certifications that we have for all of our factories?
Well, GMP means good manufacturing practices, but it's not an easy certification to get. That means consistency, everything from paperwork right down to the practice of the facility itself. It means that everyone's trained a certain way. And the takeaway from that is that they have a product, the products they produce meet standards at all times. In Health Canada, before they allow anyone to do anything, they have to have GMP here. And this is what companies do. And this is why we do know that the companies that are manufacturing any of our products are consistent and they meet world-class standards because of GMP. For them to get a site license here, they have to have GMP, and that means SOPs that meet all standards around the world before they're able to make it. It's not easy to get.
And David, how does the GMP, how does that differ when it comes to other countries, other standards when it comes to different aspects?
Well, I don't know every country in the world, but Canada certainly has certain things like natural health products. We're the only country in the world with an NHP process. So other countries do not have that. In fact, some countries call it a food, some other countries call it a drug, whereas Canada has a whole separate classification, which is unique. Uh, Cosmetics, we have to go through that. Some countries don't even bother with cosmetics. So it varies from country to country, and we have to try and meet their standards. But it does help that we're from Canada because, essentially that we have to make the Health Canada standard before we're able to sell or manufacture a product here.
Thank you so much for that. I remember, David, the first time I went to a GMP facility, I had to put on these, a hat, and I had to put on, I was going to say cape. I had to put on almost like a doctor's coat. I had to wear these covers on my feet. I had to do this whole go through this whole process just to even be able to walk around the facility. And it was an amazing experience for me because it gave me the confidence of the facilities that we are using and how strict Canada is when it comes to the guidelines, as well as the consistency of the products that are manufactured over and over. Let's go to the next slide because David, this has become a staple in our product line. And, the microsilver BG has become such a big part. Talk to me a little bit about this.
A microsilver is pure elemental silver that's it's used. This same silver is used in implant technology. It's sort of interesting. Made by the same company. So pure silver is used in hip implants, dental implants to lower the infection rate. The reason being that silver is a natural antimicrobial, And we're using large particle microsilver, meaning that it is 10 microns in size so that our bodies cannot absorb it. So it's perfectly safe that way. It's eco certified as well. So if you're concerned about the environment, it does meet that standard. Uh, this is a very important product because as the silver is ionized, it reduces the impact of many pathogens. And they've proven it to be effective against viruses, coded viruses, and a lot of bacteria. So it's a broad spectrum antimicrobial and affects many things without it being toxic. And it's human safe, and that's the real important thing to take away. And it does not impact our natural flora. So we're not there. Our good flora is under in our dermis, not the epidermis, and as a result of that, we have a very very safe, effective antimicrobial. And that's why we can use it in our toothpaste because it reduces much the bacteria in our mouth, in our oral cavity, that causes dental caries. Yep. Sanaz, are you there? I don't know where Sanaz is, but
Hello, Sylvia?
that's great. If she's not there, I could tell you a little bit more, but
Yes,
microsilver.
sorry, David, please carry on.
Oh, what's that?
Please carry on.
Okay, just a couple things. This is not nano silver or silver water or colloidal silver, and I think there's a distinct difference between the two, and that it cannot be absorbed by the body. Will not cause argyria, kidney damage, and that's really important. Argyria is a graying of the skin that's permanent. And if you see people that have taken nano silver over long periods of time, they have been affected by this. And it's not going to kill them, but it's going to really damage them on many levels. I think that though, if you take away what microsilver does do, is that it has all the ability to kill the pathogens without causing any of these things. It does not cause argyria. It does not cause kidney damage. And in fact, it is a broad spectrum antimicrobial and antiviral, as we're finding out now. And I think that it's very effective. And as we see the importance of this, that the oral cavity is a gateway to so many diseases and so many problems, from cardiovascular disease. They're even looking at it for the potential of perhaps even some of the SARS-CoV diseases. They want to see exactly how that possibly can enter. This is important that we can block that or attenuate the impact of these type of pathogens by using microsilver effectively, and we've got that in our products.
Perfect. Sorry, David, I cut out. I was having a little issues. One of the big things is, of course, if we can go to the next slide, I also want to talk a little bit about the results that we did in the study of the microsilver on the buses. This was actually one of the biggest ways that we were able to show the results on virus reduction when it comes to the microsilver BG spray and using the technology. And I love this because one of the big attributes was, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm teaching you here and what David is talking about, these are topics that you can discuss based on your new Silly Foam Evolution book. So when we talk about this, this is in regards to the field study that was done on the microsilver BG for the results on public transit buses with our microsilver spray, okay, which is on your page 7 of your booklet. And I believe on the opposite side of that, you are going to see, if we can go to the next slide so we can just show them, and then we'll go back and I'll explain this a little bit further.
So this is actually at the end of the spread. You have to flip the page in the book.
Yep,
to get to the spray. But this is the beginning of the slides. Yeah.
Perfect. If you can just flip it so I can show it to them. So you're basically leading up, ladies and gentlemen, to this, which is another spread on the microsilver, cleansing microbes without alcohol, eliminating odor, long-lasting protective usage. Now, if you flip back again, my apologies, I just want to show them how we're building up for it. This is basically the study that was done on the bus in actually Germany. And they sprayed the first row, they sprayed the fifth row, and the results were absolutely amazing. One thing that's important for you guys to keep in mind is that you need to shake it, you need to spray it, and then after 2 minutes, you have killed more than 94% of the bacteria or cleansed microbes, as we say in Canada. And that's exactly what happened. If you look at the first sort of part where it says 23,876 germs, that was the unit of germs that was actually found on the bus seats. And you can see our graphic team has done a bunch of germs on that seat. And then after spray, it just dramatically reduced down to 308. And then on day 4, after more usage, guess what happened? It went back up again. But on day 8, it went down to 108. Now, I want to explain this to you guys a little bit, because the longer the spray is left without any washing, and I'm not talking about hands or your mask or your scarves or your clothing, but if the spray is left onto garments, it actually works in a longevity way. So this is really, really important to keep in mind, that you, of course, when you spray, it lasts 7 to 14 days and will be activated with the microsilver technology, because microsilver clings extremely well to hair and of course skin and fabric, and the way that we've created. That's why our microsilver skincare is also phenomenal. But we'll continue. And then next slide, I'm going to get David, if you can cover it, which I've already kind of done, and then we'll go to the following one to talk a little bit about the microsilver technology further. Ivy, if we're going to go to the next slide, please. Okay, there we go. So David, talk to me a little bit about this, because this is absolutely amazing. When it comes to the technology of the microsilver and what we've been able to do with all the different attributes of the microsilver spray.
Well, microsilver is large particle, and so, and what we mean by that is that it's completely porous at 10 microns, and it actually clings to and you can't see it, but it will cling to things like clothing, fabrics, masks. And with the onset of COVID-19 worldwide, they started looking at the problems of face mask technology. It's a very passive technology, and it's a block. But they felt that perhaps they could make this an active type of filter and eliminate pathogens. They started testing it against the SARS-CoV virus, and they discovered that that microsilver inactivates it very effectively. So when they placed it on the mask, on the inside and outside of the mask, it reduces the activity of any pathogens that might land on it, or in other words, in other ways, breathing, if you're breathing out. It is alcohol free, because they started using this for children and all sorts of adults, and of course you can't be breathing in alcohol, so it's completely safe. It's non-toxic. It's not going to affect the skin. It is not designed for the skin. It is designed as a cleanser to get rid of pathogens on fabrics and surfaces. Really clear about that, and I want to be clear about that, because it's not meant to be sprayed inside your mouth. It's not designed to be sprayed as a deodorant or all over the body. It is designed to be a cleansing agent on surfaces, and it works very effectively. So I think you just got another tool to help lower the pathogen activity of many types of microbes out there that are causing issues.
Absolutely. All right, let's continue, because moving on to, of course, microsilver toothpaste, David. This has become such a staple in our partners' homes, and I absolutely love this, by the way. I have seen such huge results. Talk to me about this that we feature in our Safe Home Revolution.
Well, the microsilver toothpaste is a result of us doing a bit of research and discovering the issues of fluoride. Fluoride is a natural element that's used in not a lot of water. Canada's unique in fluoridated water, but in a lot of fluoride toothpaste. And why do they use fluoride? Fluoride is designed to harden the teeth, and it does that effectively. You need to harden teeth because of the acid secreted by the bacteria that's in our oral cavity. So a lot of controversy has erupted over fluoride. Fluoride has led to a number of issues, from dental fluorosis, which is staining of the teeth, which is really nothing, but they're worried about skeletal fluorosis, which is, the misshapen skeletons of the children that are affected by this. And they're discovered that 40% of American children are showing signs of dental fluorosis, and they're worried about, really truly worried about skeletal fluorosis and the long-term impact. Diabetes is another thing that has come up. They discovered that fluoride leads to early onset of diabetes. But the most troubling thing that really came out of these studies is the fact that fluoride shows impairment of neurological development, and that children exposed to fluoride had lower IQs. Uh, Mothers who were exposed to fluoride produced children with lower IQs that were measured at between the ages of 9 and 12. And so, as we took a look at this, we thought, well, can we replace fluoride? If you replace fluoride, what do you have? And microsilver was used over at the University of Erlangen at the dental clinic, and we discovered that when they did the test, that it reduces plaque and it reduced the amount of dental caries involved. So we knew that this product did work in reducing the bacteria that causes all these issues, and really helped improve oral hygiene. So we replaced it. And replaced it successfully. And many people using it have had wonderful checkups. Their dentists are pleased by this. But again, it's a product. It's not a panacea. It's not a cure all and end all. You still have to use it on a daily basis for it to be effective. But as a toothpaste, it's very effective. And you don't need a lot. You just need a bit, and it will help cleanse your mouth. And the reason it's doing that is that the microsilver embeds itself in our gums, and it releases silver ions over time. And those silver ions disrupts the bacteria, the transport mechanisms that causes dental caries. So it gives
Fantastic.
a tool that works.
David, I think if most parents knew the effects of fluoride, I mean, we've seen the poison labels on the back of toothpaste, but most importantly, I want to talk about really the way that our partners have been affected and our customers have been affected in such a positive way. Many people that were suffering from gum disease or bleeding of the gums or inflammation in the gums have seen a massive difference in their dental health from using the microsilver, of course, technology that we've infused into our toothpaste. And not only has it reduced inflammation and bleeding, but many people are reporting that during flossing, that they're not having that bleeding anymore. When they're brushing, they're not having that bleeding anymore. And the other part of it is as well, I think that really triggered home for me as a woman. I think if any woman knew that by using a fluoridated toothpaste, it would cause autism and birth defects in their children, there's absolutely no way that any mother that I know of in the world would absolutely use this. You would use a toothpaste with fluoride in it. And this is why, for all of her partners, this should be a huge selling feature. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are talking to your customers, when you're doing a product showcase, I mean, talk about that. Our products are medical grade silver technology that we've put into your toothpaste that you have access to distribute globally. So if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what is, but I know it gets me excited, gets me revved up. And, this is one of my definitely go-to products to feature as well. All right, let's go to the next slide. And we're going to talk a little bit about an amazing product, David, that is coming soon. And by the way, there is some product testers out there. We've sent you a survey before we talk about this product. We've sent you a survey. We sent you the product. We would appreciate your feedback. You've already passed the deadline, but we need that feedback from you. So if you were one of those product testers, please get back to us. David, talk to me about this absolutely phenomenal product that I could not live without. That is, anyone that's even been a product tester has called back and said, can I get one more? Because it is just so amazing. But talk to me about why it's going to be a home run.
Well, I think that there's a lot of, things that we could talk about in terms of health. Uh, and the need to have a better moisturizer and something that's going to reduce some of the activity that's negative on our skin. Anyone that's, there's a lot of people with diabetes, and their peripheral vascular system is certainly compromised, and they have a buildup of pathogenic activity in their lower extremities. And what microsilver does is it reduces the amount of bacteria and viruses in certain areas, where it's used. The Norwegian spruce extract reduces free radical activity, and that combination is really important to really attack and eliminate some of the activities that's causing our skin to dry out, to become, in some cases, danger to our health. At the same time, we're using things like shea butter and all of them is olive oil extract that is incredibly hydrating. And so it's really helping that skin that is compromised in many areas. Great on the hands, it's great on the face, it's great everywhere because of its ability to moisturize, but at the same time reduce the amount of microbes and free radicals that are causing our skin to be impacted in a negative way. So I think you should look forward to this. It'll help everyone achieve a lot, a lot of things. Their hands will never look better. Number one. Number two, if you have, like I said, anyways, like cracked, dry feet or diabetes. My dad was a diabetic, and he had all these problems, and this would have helped him a great deal, to be honest with you. So I think it's a product.
So I have a story about that, David. So I walked around the house so much, and when you got a large square foot home, you get cracked feet, and my feet were just so sore with my heels. And I actually put this cream on, put my socks on, went to bed. Next morning, I woke up and I felt like $1,000,000. And I did it 2 nights in a row. This has actually happened to me now a couple of times. I'm seeing huge results. By the way, I'm gonna once this product comes out, which is in production and it's working right now, we're doing all the different parts of it. You guys are going to absolutely love this product. This is a really big success product, like our other products. And I'm so proud that during the pandemic, we were able to create this product and add it on as an addition. All right, let's continue moving on because we have lots to cover. And I want to give you guys a chance for those of you that want to choose one product to do a showcase. David, the Fairy Flawless Anti-Aging Skincare. Again, this became a #1 seller. This is where our Safe Home Revolution really started. Taylor piqued the customer's interest in our, this is our flagship skincare line. It's focusing on just general introduction of the system. We focused on 16 different active ingredients used from really premium spa grade at home skincare regimen. You don't need to go to the spa anymore. We brought the spa home to you with our amazing revolutionary anti-aging skincare. If we can go to the next slide, talk to me about this phenomenal product because these are such amazing ingredient. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry, go back. Stay there. Never mind. I skipped too fast, Ivy. Talk to me about this lineup.
Well, skincare is usually a regimen, not a product, number one. It starts out with cleansing the skin properly. And cleaning the skin, there's a bit of a science to it. When you're cleaning the skin, you want to remove the debris of the day or the night. But at the same time, you do not want to dry out the skin. And a lot of times, a lot of these cleansers dry out the skin. That's why your skin feels really tight and a lot of times dry. And that's just removing the natural hydration of the skin. And the whole idea behind ours is to sort of refat the skin at the same time. Refatting not being a bad term, it's just meaning that it's rehydrating the skin as it's cleaning it and removing all the debris. But what it's also doing is preparing the skin to the next step. And whether it be using the day moisturizer, the day moisturizer is designed to protect the skin during the day from some of the elements like free radicals, but at the same time, it's designed to really hydrate the skin and keep it supple and moist throughout the day. We have the eye and the lip products, and they were specifically designed for those areas of the face because the skin density is much lower and much more susceptible to the impact of aging. If you look at a person's eyes or their lips, it's a dead giveaway as to how old they really are. And it's because the eye area and the lip area is much thinner. Our lips are red because of the blood flow. Our eyes can look really dark because of the blood flow. So we have to have products that are going to complement that sort of uh, you know skin texture and improve that. So we're using hyaluronic acid spheres. And hyaluronic acid is natural in the skin, but as we grow older, we lose it along with the collagen. That's why, our collagen, our loss of collagen makes our skin sag. So we want to improve that. We're using products that are going to cause gaseous exchange to get rid of the CO2 that is problematic and use it really oxygenate the skin to help that. So we're doing all these things at the same time on a very molecular level. We're also using a biomimetic product that will relax the skin, so we're not causing new wrinkles. And as well, what we're doing is we're using optical diffusers to hide the nooks and crannies of our skin so we don't look so old. And that's just part of the magic of this product. And then at night, when we're going to sleep, we're using microsilver Pisceae and the Pisceabe's extract refined in fountain of life to help repair the skin, to prepare for the next day. We're using a hexapeptide 14, which is a building block for collagen. So it's helping our skin replenish and restore so we look better for the next day. And we're going to try and keep that cycle going. And as a regimen, it is a fantastic regimen that has to be used daily. But if you're faithful to it, you'll find that it will turn back the hands of time. It really will help you look younger. And unfortunately, we're all, we do grow older as we move forward, but we don't have to look older. And this gives us some options.
Amazing. Absolutely. Thank you for that. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice, this is a spread from page 14 to 21. The reason we've given it such an amazing spread is because these are really the flagship of the Safe Home Revolution. And I highly recommend, if you're not using the products, you definitely do be a product of the product because they are amazing. All right, moving on to our next area is, of course, the Fairy Personal Care no-no list. David, this was really important for us. We don't need to go through it, but I want everyone to focus on this. There's a list of harmful ingredients. I mean, there's tons of them out there, but the no-no list that we have are found in a lot of generic products that are found in on the shelf. And a lot of companies are still using these out there. A lot of brands are still using these, what we call harmful ingredients. And this is also the reason we wanted to include this in here is, that you understand the reason why our products are so amazing. These are many, not only no-no products, but listed as to why they are the no-no list. Please make sure you spend some time and read this and you understand why it was added. Look, for us, every page matters when it comes to creation, design, print, money, all those attributes. So if it's in this book, that means that we wanted you to know what is in your products. We're very transparent about it. We want you to be educated. The more knowledge you have, that gives you what? Power, right? All right, let's continue because, of course, the next products as well that we want to talk about, David, is our Posh body wash and shampoo conditioner for both men and women. They're both unique on their own, but they're both powerful in their own way. Talk to me about these amazing, amazing personal care products.
Well, in terms of design, the Posh men's captive started out as something really rather simple, but as we went along and understanding our members and what they're really looking for, we added in things that are going to strengthen our hair. Uh, reduce the free radical activity, improve blood flow in the scalp, improve scalp health at the same time, which in terms reduce dandruff flake formations. It's not a dandruff shampoo, but it's designed to improve scalp health, and the results are going to be stronger, thicker hair, better scalps. That are going to have better blood flow using things like acai berry, having better hair using hydrolyzed silk proteins by adding creatinine into that. So some of the building blocks of keratin for our hair, reducing free radical activity, such from using the Pisces abies extract, and it really worked well. And then we carried that on further with the women's product. Uh, and the shampoo and conditioner was sensual, but we added in like things like biotin, and we added further building blocks to this. And why would we do that? We did this because women are much more cognizant about their hair than men.
Mhm.
They choose the shampoo a lot differently, but their demands are much higher. And you can tell just when in the difference in the type of conditioner bottle that we supplied, because this is something that's important for women. So we wanted to create a more universal shampoo for people of all ethnicities, for everyone around the world. And we took away some of the shortcomings and actually at the same time, we've improved captive so that we got rid of some of the agents in there that we felt we could improve. And, they were safe, but again, continuous improvement brings out new products. And as a result, you see that captive and essential are on a different level, and they address the issues that people are looking for. Something that's going to be universal, something that's going to hydrate their hair, something that's going to really improve their scalp health and reduce, dry scalp conditions that lead to dandruff flake formation. So I think people will be pleased with that, and I think the results speak for themselves. People anecdotally have been very pleased with this product.
David, the results, the testimonials, the eagerness to talk about it has been monumental. And by the way, ladies and gents, if you have your favorite product that you want to talk about, pick and expand on that. Focus on one and then expand your different products when it comes to your customers for your product showcase. All right, let's continue. Next amazing product, our Fountain of Life, David. We've done a spread from page 26 to 31 in our Safe Home Revolution. This is the, what we call the golden child. Everyone's go-to product, everyone's supplement of the day. Talk to me about this, because this is that amazing, great product that everybody loves to use every single day. Can you hear me okay, Dave?
I'm muted, sorry. The
Yeah.
interesting thing is that there's more and more articles coming out that we're lacking lignans in our diet. I'm reading more where they're saying, you know what, we're only taking in, on average 1 milligram of lignans a day, which is not nearly enough. It's interesting thing that these nutritionists are sort of pointing that out, that we have to increase our lignan intake to get more balance into our diets. Now, Fountain of Life is the extract from the Norwegian spruce tree growing in northern Finland. And this tree produces the highest quality and quantity of lignans. If you don't know what a lignan is a plant antioxidant that's found in the knotwood and stemwood of this tree. It's found in many fruits and vegetables, but not of this quality and quantity. And because they're able to extract the lignans from here and add it to the diet and create a dietary supplement, they found that it reduces the impact of free radicals and the oxidative stress that's a result of free radical activity. And free radicals are molecules missing an electron. And this sounds really innocuous, but when our bodies are bombarded by free radicals, what happens eventually is it steals electrons from healthy cells, and healthy cells eventually get impacted by this. And when that occurs, sickness, oxidative stress occurs, and leads to many, many different problems. And this is a long-term proposition. So if you could take something that's going to reduce that activity, they're finding out that, you know what, oxidative stress can be reduced in the body if you take the right antioxidant. And this is an excellent antioxidant. It's natural, and it does not turn into a free radical when it loans that electron. And so there's a high benefit to taking in lignans. But, you know, realistically, Fountain of Life is the product that's able to provide dietary lignans very easily on a daily basis. And it's impacted so many lives. So many people have lived with chronic inflammation, chronic issues from oxidative stress. You know, we're talking about pain and cancer and all these things as a result of that. And they're able to improve their lives by taking in and improving their diets with lignans. And Fountain of Life is there.
Mhm. David, you know, this is become such an amazing product in the perspective that it's that one product, internal, external, from head to toe. And we've seen so many of our customers really have phenomenal results. It's been in the market now for over 3 years. And it's super important to make sure that everyone understands the power of it. And you won't know until you start to use the product, by the way. So it's really, really important. All right. And of course, last but not least, the back cover of this catalog, ladies and gentlemen. It is super important that if you're going to send it out, put your information on it when you're sharing, put your website if you're going to talk about it. We talk about the different world headquarters, Asia headquarters. Your contact information is super important, and an area for you to put your information. By the way, the QR code directly pointed in the corner, in the bottom right-hand corner. Once you actually scan that with our camera, it directly takes the person right to our website. All right. Next thing I want to go over is our Fountain of Life update. We have a new bottle in production. I talked about this last week. I want to reiterate it again. This is a double ply label, especially for United States and a lot of international markets. Please make sure that if you have this, what we call the FOL label, if you peel it, the original label is there. It's a 2-layer Fountain of Life label. It is a pilot project that we are trying to see how it's going to work. And at the bottom of the bottle, as you can see, that is where the new expiry date is, because if we do print it on the label, and if you peel it, the expiration will peel off with it. Because of that, we've actually put the expiration right on the bottom of the bottle for you, so that you can have it as well. And next slide is our Safe Home Revolution booklet packs that are available for sale. These are your go-to guide of our Safe Home Revolution products. This is the beautiful, luxurious book that I'm holding in front of me. Of course, they are available. They are in very depth and detail that you are able to use. And so I do want to reiterate one thing. You could actually use this to do a product showcase, or you can actually use this in order for you to send or mail this out to your customers as well. That being said, David, I do want to just go back to the beginning. Ivy, I do want to share, if we can go to the beginning of the slides for what we have for our Tuesdays, because I want to reiterate, if you can follow us on our social media, remember we have put a new campaign that you have deal of the week every single Tuesday. If you actually go to our Instagram, we've already, of course, put our weekly updates. Remember that every single Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with our graphic and marketing team, we are putting some amazing highlights for all of you. We're giving you deals of the week. Every single Tuesday, we have a deal of the week. So if you haven't already gone onto our Opulence page on Instagram, please go. It's Opulence GL. Go and follow us. Press follow, and of course, turn on your notification so that you could follow all the amazing updates that we have so you don't miss anything else. Excuse me. All right. I have a couple questions for you, David. When it comes to, there was a question. Will the microsilver spray change the color of fabric when used over time?
Gotta check your fabric. It shouldn't, but you gotta check the fabric. Do it in an area that you have to always do that with any product that you're spraying on fabric. Because I don't know how what fabric are we talking about? How is it dyed? Everything. You have to test that yourself. Take a piece of fabric
Yes.
and do it in an area that you can't see before you spray it on the fabric.
Okay. Again, there's no dyes or alcohol or chemicals in it, but again, it's always a good idea to, like, we say do a patch test on your forearm. It's the same thing as well. I do also have a customer here who is a big fan of the products, and he wants to give a testimonial. If you do have, in the meantime, questions, please type them into the messenger box so I can read them. I also wanted to ask one more question before I bring on our testimonial. Hello, good morning, David. I just want to confirm if it's completely okay to maintain our regular intake of FOL before and after being vaccinated. I don't know about that, but you can answer that because you're a D.
Yeah, there's no problem. So are we talking about the COVID-19 vaccination?
Yes.
Yeah, because we're talking about messenger RNA that they're injecting. It's not going to affect anything. Yeah, I know it's not affecting. I do that myself. Like, I mean, I've been vaccinated and it hasn't affected me whatsoever. So no, it's not
Yeah.
going to do anything. So
Look, one of the things that you guys all have to remember is the extract, the lignans that are found in the fountain of life. It's giving you what you are missing from your food. So it's like asking a question like, should I stop eating if I'm getting a vaccination or the flu shot or the COVID-19 shot? So remember, the lignans found in the fountain of life are supplementing your body with what you are missing in lignans. Okay. Another question that comes up, David, is, let me just read this to you, but how does Fountain of Life help men from losing hair? I know how to say the words, but I'll let you answer it.
you can say it if you want.
No. Go ahead. I'm just excited because I finally learned it.
Okay, as we grow older, yeah, this is for men and women, so we understand this. But as we all grow older, and women have a bit of testosterone in their system, not as much as men, of course, but they do have it. Men have testosterone, and during the aging process, we produce an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. And 5-alpha reductase causes a conversion of testosterone to dihydrotestosterone, which is a very potent form. Dihydrotestosterone does a number of things. What it will do is called benign prostate growth. It'll also cause shrinkage of the hair follicles and make our hair fall out. So urologists and doctors will prescribe products like finasteride, which is an 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. Instead of that, lignans are
like
natural.
5-alpha reductase.
5-alpha reductase inhibitor. So yeah, that's the enzyme. That's good. So what's going to happen is that if you take in lignans in your diet, it will reduce that. It reduces the production of the enzyme. It'll attenuate that. And as a result, people who have live follicles will get their hair back. It'll start growing again. That's how they do it medically. You can do that naturally with lignans in the diet. And that's how it works. For women too. Women lose their hair as they grow older because of the conversion of their testosterone to dihydrotestosterone because of the 5-alpha reductase. Now they have far less testosterone in their system, but just a bit of dihydrotestosterone causes massive hair loss in women. So that's why it's very important.
Thank you so much for that response, David. And I think
lots of stuff to take in.
Our hair health is such a big part of what we do. And I know ever since I've been using Fountain of Life and our shampoo conditioner, my hair has become absolutely fabulous. So thank you for that. All right. I want to bring on a very special guest to share a testimonial. He is no stranger to any of you. He is a big advocate of course, the Fountain of Life. He's a big advocate of our product line. He's a big advocate of the compensation plan. He's a big advocate of everything that we do in Opulence, because and you don't have to look any further. I want to bring on our founder and CEO, Mr. Remy Masgarlou, to share his amazing story. So the floor is all yours, my dear.
Hi, David. How are you?
Hey, Remy, nice to see you. It's been a while.
Same.
You're looking good.
Hello, everybody. You know, I had to come and say something because we all have this. You all know what I'm talking about. We all got this phone hand, right? Where your hand starts to hurt after a while. And I bought this fancy phone. It's twice the weight of the regular phones. And I'm on my phone constantly, and I notice my hands start to really hurt. My shoulders start to really, really hurt, and so forth. This particular part of my hand was paining so much. Now pay attention, people, because you know what? You just pay attention. So remember, I was patient number 1 on FOL, right? That was like 3 years ago. I use it religiously. I get it every chance I get. I just squirt that thing down my throat. It's, to me, it doesn't matter what it does anymore. I've had a list of this much of benefits, but it doesn't really matter anymore. To me, it's insurance policy. To me, if I don't use it, I feel like I miss something. It's like going outside without the clothes all of a sudden. I gotta use it. I have it in my purse, I have it in my car, I have it in all the homes, I have it in every bathroom. To me, it's like everywhere. So if I see it, I take it, I use it. Anyway, I had this big problem on this particular bone, and I have no idea what caused it. Middle of the night, I got up and I noticed it was hurting me a lot. I got up this morning, it was even worse. So I didn't pay attention to it, did my thing, had my FOL, and I went to work. And I noticed it was really, really painful. So, and of course, I have a bottle of FOL sitting right next to my computer. I said, you know what? I put up my hand, I put a few drops on this. David, this is not the first time or second time or third time, and I don't know why. I just don't do it all the time. It was within 5 minutes. It was warm. 90% of the pain was gone. It was a topical use, was gone. And it was just, I was like, we all got pain, and we have this product, and we have this unbelievable solution, and we don't think of it, and we just go through life with pain. We go through life with, because we negligent, irresponsible. We have the solution. We just don't. So I'm starting to Google this up, like, how is it possible? How is it possible? 5 minutes later, 95% pain is gone. I've asked this question of Dr. Anas. It kind of gives me some type of scientific jargon I don't understand, And at the end of the day, here's my version of this, which is not official at all, okay? Just me talking to my people here. It's locker room talk. And David, you can come up with a scientific. To me, it's like a God-creating suction of pain and inflammation, and it's almost sat there. This thing sits there and it sucks out all the impurity out of whatever it is, because it's unbelievable how it worked for me. And so here we go. Tell me what happened.
Well, they're investigating that right now because of so many different health impact, so much health impact out there. The experiments are still going, like the research is ongoing. They think it does have some analgesic properties, and that's why when people are putting on sore areas, it seems to help. I tore the ligaments in my wrist 3 years ago, and they're still torn, believe it or not. Ligaments don't heal easy, so I use it there, and it does help. It does have that analgesic effect. And but it does bring down the inflammation topically. That's why it's really effective in that manner. And I wouldn't be afraid to use it at all. Just that you could use it internally and externally, and that will help from the inside and the outside, reduce that inflammation that you're faced with. But that's what makes this very unique.
So the thing we don't talk a lot about, maybe you guys do, but it's a topical application of this product. It's just it's not the first time I've seen miraculous results. But you
Yeah.
think the next time something happens, I remember it? No, and then one day I said to myself, I have the product. So, it's come to a point for me now. It's like, just spray it on like perfume. Just put it wherever that anywhere that hurts or stinks, just dump it on, and you're going to get instant result. Like I'm not as polished as Anaz, and she's probably saying, oh, please stop talking because this is not how we train. And David says, well, that's not so scientific. But let me give you my I guess the end user part of this product is, FOL uses, and it's like this. Got that unbelievable, delicious food or dessert that is so good, but you don't have it too often. And every time you have it, and you're like, oh man, that was so good, right? Well, that's like FOL. It's got all these great uses that we know it's so good for us, and we don't use it often. But when we finally use it, like what happened today, you're like, damn, this is so good. So we have to increase our use case for this product. Our use case is where it itches, you spray it on. Where it hurts, you spray it on. Where it's dry, you spray it on. Where whatever. Just anything that's unpleasant, that's a good category. Anything that's unpleasant, you spray it on and just be amazed. Is that a good plan, David?
Yeah, I think it's a good plan, if you remember that, and not live with the pain. That's the problem, but yes. I think that's reasonable.
Not so scientific from a CEO.
But I think it's not a bad principle because, many people reported, including myself, when I've had a toothache, I just placed it on my gums and you know what, it goes away. It's sort of, it's one of those things you don't think about, but because of that principle, I'll put on a story. And people said that I had a toothache, placed it on my gums and it's gone away. So I think it's
I keep talking about this, and I think it must be very clear. It to completely eliminate morning breath for everybody that I know. Of course, if you have some cavities and stuff that causes bad breath, a different story. We're not talking about that. We're talking about your natural morning breath. I mean, that by itself is worth $1 million to people that I know. Just be able to turn around to your partner and they don't have to say, right? That's awesome stuff. Now I know people, you're not used to this type of conversation in the Monday Cup. I thought I'd come in and put some use case in it. And maybe what you want to do, David, you and Sanaz, talk about the use cases of this product because, you're so science oriented and, Sanaz is all bubbly and all this stuff. But I'll tell you, I think the use cases is something we need to spend a lot of time on because for me, I look for excuses. If my car said, ow, I'll spray it on the car. Yes, and she's joking. But you know what I'm talking about. With that, I'll pass the floor back to Sanaz. She keeps telling me this, and I take it as if you're doing really good. Keep going. But with that, good night, everybody.
Thank you, Ramin.
Thanks so much, Ramin. Isn't it so much fun to always have a Ramin on? I'm standing here and I'm like this. Oh my God, but he's so right. His testimonial is real. I think, Fountain of Life has become a household, literally staple. And I love his excitement and energy. I don't think we're not that scientific, right? I mean, Ramin is really hands-on and Ramin is amazing in that perspective. But I don't think, David, you and I are that techy.
No.
But even if we are, I think
I
loves it.
think one thing that in products like this, you can explain the science to a certain point, but even to a doctor, they want to know what it really does. They want to know the science. There's a lot of science individuals that will say, I want to know more about it, but really the bottom line is, how does it work? Does it work? Give me a story that makes sense. They don't want to know, the molecular breakdown of the product all the time. Yes, some people might like that, but for the majority of people, they're asking, what is it going to do for me?
Yeah.
And that's the important thing. If they say you got a sore, it's got some analgesic impact that way. Yeah. So
Agree.
I
Absolutely.
think it's important to relate that to everybody, including someone with a science background, because that's exactly what they want to know. They don't care about 5-alpha reductase. They want to know, does my hair look better?
Uh-huh.
Right?
David, you just said something so bang on. So ladies and gents, you don't need to be a scientist. Keep to the KISS principle, right? Does everyone know what my KISS principle is? I've trained it a couple of times now. Can anyone write it in our chat group? What's the KISS principle that I always teach? Or I've taught recently as well. Again, keep it simple, superstar. If you were on my training, you would have known that. Keep it simple, superstar. That's my KISS principle. If you follow the KISS principle, you will always be successful, because a lot of times we try to be the David. Don't be a David, because if people think they can't do it, and if they can't understand it, then guess what they're going to do? They're not going to do your business. So you got to keep it sweet and simple. And of course, the KISS theory is keep it simple, superstar. All right. Keep it simple, superstar, because you are all superstars. You all have an abundance of potential to be super successful in this business. And of course, I love the chat. Keep it simple, superstar. Matt, wow, so many of you were on my call and you're getting it. I love it. By the way, I have a special call coming up this week, Sunday as well, with Mohammed Jama in UK. And I see you're on, Mohammed. I cannot wait. With that, David, I want to thank you for your time tonight, with your knowledge, with your experience. I'm super excited to be on these calls with all of you. Next week, we will have another special treat for you guys. And remember, every single Tuesday morning, 10 a.m., join us on our Instagram live for all of the amazing, join us on our Instagram live. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is our live. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard on our Instagram. It is live where we will release. Remember, some of the blitz is based on while inventories last. So make sure you are always on our live so that you do not miss them. Also, don't forget, every single Tuesday night, we have our amazing, the Forensic Networker call with our founder and CEO. With that, David, thank you so much. Rico, I'll pass it on to you to close the call for any comments or questions.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Sanas and David, for another powerful, amazing call. And I believe that a lot of our partners were engaged in our chat box, and they're very appreciate all the things that they have learned for today. And I think Yulia and Tammy said it best. It says here, we need to stop being used to pain. We have a solution. And Tammy said, we have the best of all the best. And I love it. Opulence is the best of all the best. So thank you so much for tuning in to our product Crossfire, which happens every Monday evening. Again, thank you, David. Thank you, Sanas, for that very powerful training. Thank you, Ivy. And of course, to our CEO and founder. Thank you. Thank you so much for being on the call. I love, yes.
No, I do want to just acknowledge Ivy again. You know, she got home from being at work all day. I was having PowerPoint issues. I don't know what's going on these past 2 Mondays. She just jumped in. Ivy, thank you so much again for covering, my dear, for your professionalism, for your relentless work. You didn't have to do this again, but you did. So I am grateful. Thank you so much, my dear, for being at home, working all day at work, and then coming home and doing a webinar with me.
Slave drivers.
My
boss is a slave driver.
Absolutely. And you are amazing. So thank you so much. And,
I'm glad I can help.
hey, how come you got all 3 of you have glasses except me? I feel very left out.
What's that? I needed to see. I could take it off and drive, but I can't. I gotta see.
Oh, man, I'm very left out. You guys look smart. Nah, I feel left out.
No, believe me,
It's an Asian thing.
It is an Asian thing. We got Chinese, Filipino, and Japanese, and then you got the Persian over here.
Well, we got it. All areas now. Oh, Rico, just by the way, I'm addicted to listening to the Rio brothers. I don't know if you heard of them, the Filipino Rio brothers. You know them?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to look them up then. Oh, I do not know them. Oh my gosh, they're
Rico,
fantastic.
come on.
Come on, Rio
I'm
brothers, REO.
I'm so very focused with the trainings here. I just watched this training.
Oh my gosh, you got to watch the Rio brothers.
Rico is all opulence, David.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I spent a whole weekend listening to all their stuff. They're fantastic. Anyways.
Well, I'll take a look at it.
I thought you would know. Anyways, okay.
Rico, that's your homework. Listen to it and give David feedback.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
There's your fun for the night. Ramin says we don't have fun. There's your fun for the night.
Gosh. Anyways, okay. Thank you, Ivy. Thank you,
Love,
everyone.
love this
Good night.
call.
Thank you,
And
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
I'm still 2020. I'm just wearing this for the radiation. As you know, I'm always exposed to to the
Ah,
computer.
those are the blue glasses. All right.
Yes. So anyway, thank you everyone for
Okay,
joining
take
us on
care.
this call.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Sanas and David, for another new learning. I'm sure that you had fun and our listeners gained more as well. So thank you for those valuable information and to all those who participated in the call. Thank you for joining us. And I hope that you will use this information to benefit our health and to share it with other people so they can benefit from it as well. So again, thank you to everyone. May you enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you on the next call. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thanks
everyone.
again.
Thank you.